Imagine a city of marble and gold, a beacon of culture and power that ruled the known world. This was ancient Rome. Bask in the grandeur and glory of an empire that stretched from the sun-drenched sands of Africa to the misty moors of Britannia. An empire that was a testament to the indomitable will of humanity. This was Rome, a civilization that bent the course of history and left an indelible imprint on the annals of time. Picture the city of Rome, the heart of this mighty empire. It was a marvel of engineering and architecture, its buildings of marble and gold glistening under the Mediterranean sun. The city was a testament to Rome's wealth and power, its streets bustling with people from all corners of the empire. The Roman Empire was a feat of military might and strategic acumen. Its legions, disciplined and unyielding, marched across continents, conquering and assimilating diverse cultures. This military prowess was matched by a rich cultural life. Rome was a melting pot of ideas, where art, philosophy and law were nurtured and flourished. Picture the grand amphitheaters, echoing with the cheers of spectators as gladiators clashed in a ballet of life and death. Picture the libraries, brimming with scrolls of wisdom and knowledge. Picture the bustling markets, the grand forums, the aqueducts, and the roads that stretched out like veins, pumping life and commerce into the heart of the empire. Rome was not just a city or an empire, it was a beacon of culture and civilization in a world often shrouded in darkness. Its achievements in law, governance, architecture, and the arts continue to echo through the ages, shaping our understanding of humanity and civilization. Yet, for all its grandeur and power, Rome was not invincible. Beneath the gilded surface, the seeds of decline were being sown. Corruption, economic instability, external threats, and internal strife would all play their part in the fall of this great empire. But even the mightiest empires have their sunset, and so it was with Rome. The first crack in the armor appeared in the 3rd century, a period known as the crisis of the 3rd century. This was a time of immense trouble for Rome, a time when the empire's invincibility was questioned for the first time. Political instability was one of the key issues plaguing Rome during this period. The seat of the emperor became a revolving door, with no less than 25 claimants to the throne in a span of 50 years. This constant change in leadership created chaos and confusion, weakening the central authority and paving the way for internal conflict. Economic troubles were also rife during the 3rd century crisis. Rome's vast empire was expensive to maintain. The cost of military upkeep, public works, and bureaucratic machinery drained the imperial coffers. This led to rampant inflation as the government resorted to minting more coins, devaluing the currency. The economic instability was further compounded by a sharp decline in trade, as Rome's once bustling marketplaces fell silent. The military challenges were equally daunting. Rome's borders were under constant threat. The empire was stretched thin, trying to defend its vast territories from external enemies like the Germanic tribes and the Persians. Internal threats such as rebellions and usurpers further strained the Roman military. The once invincible Roman legions were spread too thin, unable to effectively defend the empire. The crisis of the 3rd century was a tumultuous period that tested Rome's resilience. The empire teetered on the brink of collapse, yet Rome managed to pull through, thanks to the efforts of strong leaders like Emperor Aurelian and Diocletian, who implemented drastic reforms to stabilize the empire. However, these were merely stopgap measures. The damage was done. The once mighty Rome was weakened, its glory tarnished. The 3rd century crisis had exposed the inherent flaws in the Roman system. The crisis was averted, but the seeds of decline had been sown. Emperor Diocletian made a fateful decision in 286 AD. Facing the colossal task of managing an empire too vast for one man, he did what no one had dared before. He divided Rome. Diocletian's revolutionary tetrarchy, a rule of 4, saw the empire cleaved into the eastern and western halves. The east, rich, secure and prosperous, was under his direct control, while the west, fraught with danger and economic instability, was entrusted to his co-emperor Maximian. This division was a strategic move, a solution to the mounting pressures and threats Rome faced both internally and from its borders. Yet, it was a double-edged sword. While it momentarily bolstered the empire's defenses, it also set the stage for political chaos, with each half vying for dominance over the other. The cracks were beginning to show in the bedrock of Rome. The once unified empire was now a house divided. As Rome weakened, the barbarians saw their chance. A wave of invasions swept across the empire's borders, setting the stage for the fall of Rome. The Visigoths, a Germanic tribe, were among the first to start this domino effect. Initially, they were allies of Rome, but when the empire failed to uphold their part of the alliance, the Visigoths rebelled. In a monumental event in the year 410 AD, they sacked Rome, a shocking blow to the empire's prestige. Yet the Visigoths were not the only threat. The Huns, a fierce and nomadic tribe from Central Asia, posed a significant challenge. Led by their infamous king, Attila the Hun, they wreaked havoc across Europe, terrorizing the Roman Empire's eastern and western territories. Despite never directly capturing Rome, the Huns' relentless attacks further destabilized the empire, draining its resources and morale. But the final nail in the coffin came from an unexpected source, a man by the name of Odoacer. He was a Germanic king, leader of the various tribes that had settled within Rome's borders. In 476 AD, Odoacer deposed Romulus Augustus, the last Roman emperor. He declared himself king of Italy, effectively marking the end of the Western Roman Empire. These invasions were the culmination of centuries of internal decay and external pressure. The once invincible Roman army was stretched thin, unable to effectively defend against the relentless barbarian incursions. And as each city fell, the grandeur of Rome faded a little more, until finally, the Eternal City was no more than a shadow of its former glory. To understand the fall of Rome, it is essential to see it not merely as a military defeat, but as a complex tapestry of social, economic, and political factors that culminated in the empire's decline. In 476 AD, the last Roman emperor was deposed, marking the end of the Western Roman Empire. Once a beacon of civilization, Rome had fallen, leaving behind a world forever changed by its rise and fall. But Rome's fall wasn't just a matter of military defeat. The empire's decline was a slow, complex process, fueled by social and economic factors that ate away at the fabric of Roman society from within. Corruption was a significant issue. As the empire expanded, it became increasingly difficult to manage, resulting in widespread corruption among officials. This rampant dishonesty undermined the integrity of the Roman government, leading to a loss of trust and respect among the citizenry. Imagine a system where those with power and wealth could manipulate it for their gain, leaving the common people feeling disillusioned and disheartened. Next, let's talk about inflation. Rome's economy was largely based on slavery. As the empire stopped expanding and the number of slaves declined, the economy started to crumble. To compensate, the government began producing more coins, which led to hyperinflation. The value of the Roman currency plummeted, prices soared, and the economy spiraled into chaos. The once mighty Roman economy, which had been the backbone of its power, was now a shadow of its former self. And then, there was the decline of civic duty. Rome was once characterized by a strong sense of civic responsibility. Its citizens were willing to make personal sacrifices for the greater good of the empire. But as corruption spread, and the economy faltered, this sense of duty waned. The citizens of Rome became more focused on their individual needs than the collective well-being of the empire. In the end, these social and economic factors created a perfect storm, undermining the strength and stability of the Roman Empire from within. The constant threat of barbarian invasions was certainly a significant factor in Rome's fall, but the internal decay of the empire played an equally, if not more crucial role. It was a combination of these internal and external factors that led to the eventual collapse of the mighty Roman Empire. The decay of Rome was as much internal as it was external. The fall of Rome was not just a military defeat, but a societal breakdown, a failure of governance, and an economic collapse. Amidst the turmoil, a new faith was rising: Christianity. As the Roman Empire battled external threats and internal decay, the seeds of a transformation were being sown. This transformation was neither political nor military, but spiritual. Christianity, a religion that had begun as a small sect in the distant province of Judea, was gradually gaining ground within the Roman world. For the first 3 centuries of its existence, Christianity was largely persecuted, viewed with suspicion by the Roman authorities. After all, it challenged the traditional Roman pantheon and refused to participate in state religious activities, making it a threat in the eyes of the emperors. But with the conversion of Constantine the Great in the early 4th century, everything changed. Constantine's conversion marked the beginning of a new era for Christianity. He gave the religion legal status with the Edict of Milan, ending centuries of persecution. But his impact didn't stop there. He also used his influence to shape Christian doctrine. most notably by calling the Council of Nicaea, which established key tenets of Christian faith. The rise of Christianity brought profound changes to the Roman world. It introduced a new moral code, one that emphasized humility, charity, and love for one's neighbor. It offered hope and salvation, a stark contrast to the uncertainty and disillusionment that pervaded the empire during its decline. At the same time, the establishment of Christianity as the state religion marked a shift in Rome's cultural identity. Gone were the days of the pantheon of gods, the lavish sacrifices, and the grand temples. In their place came churches, monasteries, and a singular god. The transformation was not just religious but also societal, as Christianity influenced laws, art, and education. However, the rise of Christianity was not without its challenges. It brought its own internal conflicts, debates over doctrine, and struggles for power. And while it offered hope and solace, it did not solve the empire's larger issues: the military threats, the economic instability, and the political corruption. Christianity offered a new spiritual direction, but it also marked a shift in Rome's cultural identity. The fall of Rome was not just an end, but also a beginning. A statement that encapsulates the profound and enduring impact of Rome's fall on Western civilization. When the last emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed in the late 5th century, it marked the end of an era. The grandeur and glory of Rome had faded, its once mighty empire fragmented and overrun. Yet the fall of Rome was not the final curtain. Instead, it set the stage for a new epoch, the Middle Ages, a period of profound transformation that would shape the course of Western history. The fall of Rome is often seen as the birth of the Middle Ages, a time often characterized as dark due to the perceived cultural and economic regression. However, it was during this time that many of the foundations of modern Europe were laid. The remnants of the Roman Empire were absorbed into various Germanic kingdoms, creating a tapestry of cultures and traditions that would evolve into the nations we see today. Moreover, Rome's fall also had profound impacts on the religious landscape. As the power of Rome waned, the authority of the Church grew. The Church filled the void left by the collapsed empire, becoming a stabilizing force amidst the chaos. It preserved and transmitted the cultural and intellectual heritage of the ancient world, and played a key role in the eventual resurgence of learning and culture during the Renaissance. In the realm of law and governance, we can trace the roots of many modern legal systems back to Roman law. The principles of justice, equality before the law, and innocent until proven guilty all have their origins in the Roman legal tradition. The fall of Rome also serves as a stark reminder of the transient nature of power. It underscores the inevitability of change and the enduring impact such transformations can have on the course of history. It is a testament to the resilience of human spirit and the incredible capacity of societies to adapt, evolve, and endure. The echo of Rome's fall still reverberates through history, a reminder of the transient nature of power and the enduring impact of change.